All right. Hi, everyone. It is me. It's me, XENA Pappas, or the fighter Queenling, which I don't know how I got that rank. If someone gave it to me, well, it's truly a cool rank. But anyway, that's not the grounds of this film. I just felt like wanting to make a film today, you know, so I don't have to make a film tomorrow. All right. And there's going to be some, and let's just get started about some of these things I'm going to talk about. So the first thing on the list is WWE being put up for sale, and there are many buyers on the list. Who knows how many buyers they are? Well, some folks say that Comcast, since Comcast has a kinship with WWE going back to at least the 2012 YL when Comcast bought NBC World, which owns USA and owns Sci-Fi and all that other stuff. They also say the Walt Disney business because Disney has some kinship with WWE, with Disney being a half owner of Hulu, which WWE has some of their streaming deals with. Only the thing is that most likely Disney might be selling Hulu fully over to Comcast. So then that would still be another thing. So Disney need or need not be in that on that list. The only deal that Disney has with WWE besides the Hulu deal is having Indonesia land with Disney more for the W folk work. And that's it. Another another uh another buyer is Avazor. They own a lot of sport businesses. They own UFC. They own a lot of stuff. And a lot of folks seem to think that the grounds to why they might be good as owners, but, well, yeah. Even though some folks might wonder if they would be a good fit or not, no one really seems to know. But they're high on the list. Another another name on the list would be News Business, which News Business has kinship with WWE going back as early as between 92 IL when Saturday's main event or Star Day's main show as well as Overstars were on there. And also when it had Friday Night SmackDown both on My Network TV or My Footwork Farsi or won't have anything on Fox again. And some say that doesn't make as much gal that once made for them. And list of buyers that most likely will not buy WWE is Amazon or Strong Woman, because Jeff Fayev already worked out a deal with the NFL to get streaming deals with them. So they might look at WWE as two for it since they got the first big one. Another they say is Netflix is also in the list because Netflix is losing more followers and more shoppers, you could say. Less folks buy them, and more folks end their following with them. So they believe if they would get WWE, it would help bring folks to Netflix because then they could watch all their WWE shows there. Netflix would have to start doing live streams because WWE does all their yield shows live. So that's one thing that every owner that has a streaming website would have to start doing. And then there are owners on the list that most likely will be taken off the list if they've been on the list or not, is AEW. Some folks seem to think that Shao Kahn and Anthony Khan will be the new owners of WWE, but fat luck for that happening. They already own ROH. They have a hard time running AEW, running ROH. They really want to have a third wrestling business underneath their ownership. And the Selby land, the Kingdom of Selby land. First off, don't really think they would have the fit. Yeah, they might have a deal with WWE for having yield shows down there, but I don't really think they want to be the owners of WWE. And with keep in mind, anyone who becomes the owner of WWE becomes the new owner of WWE Well, they're not going to keep Vince McMahon around. He's hoping that whoever buys WWE feels sorry enough for him or works out a deal to keep him on. But then that just means the standard shifted. That means that instead of just living up to the standard of the other owners, the stockholders, and the board of overseers, and living up to their own standards, they would have to live up to the standards of the new owners. Either it be Brian L. Roberts of Comcast, Jeff Favreau of Amazon, or it be Rupert Murdoch of News Business, or it be Susan Ellison and Roger Runs of Walt Disney Business. Whoever the new owners would be, or whoever owns Zavazor, theirs would be the standards that Vince McMahon, Nicholas Khan, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and many other folks who are team leaders or heads of leadership would have to follow their standards. And if someone wasn't running the business the way they felt it should be run, he or she would be smoothly fired and steadied with someone else. And that's something that Vince McMahon, Nick Khan, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, everybody else that's a team leader or a high-ranked leader in the leadership would know, that their standards of who they were answerable to and who they worked for would be unlike. As of right now, I don't have any followers, don't have any watchers or lookers I don't got any over watchers or seers or watchers right now. I know my live stream might be seen to be boring to some folks' standards. Oh, it's just a Toy Biz XENA doll. And nothing outstanding about this. There isn't any there's not really any outstanding drawings or lighting or anything like that. Oh, eye watching. Power. Wow, someone goes by the handle of Power or Mites watching. Thank you. I don't know if you're a follower of my YouTube Fairway or you just, wanted to wonder what this live stream was all about and came in. I was just talking about WWE's being put up for sale and who the new owners would be and what the standards those new owners would set for that offshoot, whoever it would end up being. And then I got to wondering, yeah, YouTube has some kind of flaw. It says no one's watching, no one thumbed up, but that's got to be a flaw. And I don't feel like right now feedbacking, because if I have to, I have to put the doll down, right on feedback, all these things on live stream not working right now. But it's not even a big deal. I mean, it's not like a film getting stuck in filleting or something like that. It said, I'm a follower. I think Vince should keep there. Well, that's what he's hoping. He's hoping whoever he sells it to will keep him and Nick and Hunter and everybody else on. But then they would have to run it in the standards of whoever the new owners were. And if it didn't live up to their standards or started doing things wrong, then those folks could be fired and steadied with new folks, whoever the new owners will be. And whoever ends up buying it, WWE's going to most likely make themselves withdrawed so they don't have to openly show all of their income, though. But their standard to their stockholders, their standard to themselves and their board of overseers would be the same. And whoever ended up buying them, well, they would have a whole new standard there. So I guess I got to go on feedback and tell YouTube that this one thing on the live stream is not working, which is funny. Why would I blow my time? I mean, it's not like it's a big deal, but I just think it's something you should know about. It says no one's watching. It says no one thumbed up. That must be some new bug, some new thing is showing itself. And oh yeah. And I just hope that right now this isn't doing anything to the live stream. Probably not. You're still watching all this shit going on. I'll be back, Xena said, once I'm done writing this. Oh, now it wants to show. Okay, now it wants to show itself. Yeah. Now it wants to show itself. Oh, now it's showing that you're on. Yeah. It's a live stream scenes well. Yeah. Now it shows only one. Now it only shows one someone's watching, and that's you. With the thumb up? No. I wish you could thumb up your own live streams, but you can't. So, okay, what else do I want to talk about here? Yeah. So there's going to be all of these folks out there who might think that, oh, WWE lost its edge now. AEW is going to get it back. First off, AEW never had an edge to begin with, so how could they get back something that they lost? And WWE's had an edge because they've been around for 69 years, soon to be 70 years next month. You know, I mean, besides Vince McMahon, you got Nick Khan, you have Hunter Hearst Helmsley. So, yeah, it's not like the standards shifted. It's not like WWE's hang-ups with its ownership somehow trumps the hang-ups with AEW and their ownership and leadership. Hey, you believe whatever you want. Now I got two folks watching. It said, I didn't thumb up since that's what a lot of things watch later. Well, all right. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. You might ask me why I don't have an overseer to handle my shout out box. Why? One, they do not know what to look out for. They don't know what you lit on your shout out box and what you don't. So sometimes they think they're being helpful when they're really not. Sometimes they let things go by that because they don't know you, so they don't know your standard. So they might let shit go by that you yourself would deal with. So that's why I do it myself. If I would make someone an overseer for my shout out box, I would tell them they would have to watch out for any kind of bullying, whatever it was. And some of these folks got their own standards. You know, I like to write all big. Some folks don't like that. And let's say you got some overseer who thinks, oh, well, Xena doesn't like folks writing big when I don't care how big or small you write. So then they're blocking folks for this, or they're not blocking folks for that. So at the end of the day, I just do it myself. At least I know what to look for. Even, you know. Yeah, and I gotta go shift on the light right now. Not gonna make much of it on lightness though. No, it kind of does a little bit. Now, some of you folks might think, oh, well, HD never ever made things big. No, they never did. HD only makes things brighter, but it has to work with the lighting it has. So that's how that goes. And anyone who has ever uploaded to YouTube knows that it's always their SD offshoot that uploads first before their HD offshoot. Well, no, yeah, and they know their SD one for lays before their HD one does. And God forbid if someone's putting it in 4K, then mine see which one goes up first. Yeah, probably the SD one uploads first. But it probably takes more time to do it. And then when for laying, that's probably a nightmare Because first your SD uploads, then your HD uploads, then your XD, whatever 4K up for lays last. And if you're just asking for films that get stuck in filleting, well, putting them in 4K, well, you're just asking for it. It already takes some time to upload things, working between your interweb speed and YouTube's thing. And once it fillets, it's all on YouTube. But God forbid if you do a lot of. See, here's what I never get about folks that like to skim their films. They're just going to make it worse. And what I mean that is, you know how sometimes your film gets stuck in filleting? Well, if you're skimming your film, you're just asking for that film to get stuck in filleting. So just leave it alone. Yeah, I don't do anything with the lot. I don't skim anything out. The tools are too hard to work with. They're not really anything outstanding. Oh, look, I make your stuff brighter. Oh, make your things darker. Oh, look, you can add a beginning, middle, and end sheet to your film. Oh, you want me to cut something out? Oh, that's where I'm going to fuck up at. I got some weaknesses here. Oh, sorry, I can't cut that out. Or sorry, I just did. Well, I can't bring those back together. You just sandwiched your film. You cut your film in half. Oh, don't guilt me. So yeah, why do I get into that? Hi, XENA. Hi there. So yes, that's why I don't skim out my films. And there's going to be folks out there who like to do that thing. And they'll talk about how, oh, this is ill. They'll talk about how, well, if you don't, you know, there are going to be these folks that believe everyone's doing it the wrong way. Oh, well, your film's name was wrong. Or you didn't do a long telling of what you did and said in your film, and you didn't tag all of this. And your call to work was like this. Oh, well, you didn't skim this out or put this in. Oh, you let your SD go up before your HD one. All kinds of forgivenesses to why you don't get the same watch time for every film they get. You know, I don't really care. At least my films go up faster and theirs do. Might not get the watch time that they all get, that's true. But that doesn't mean I'm doing something wrong. You know. So, anyway, I just felt about doing this live stream so I don't have to do a film tomorrow. Not that I, you know. And I know my live streams might not be as outstanding or wonderful as other folks. And I know there's probably nothing outstanding. It's like, oh, well, it's a XENA doll and someone's talking through it. Oh, it's a Toy Biz XENA doll and someone's talking through it. Oh, where's the outstanding light works? Where's the outstanding drawings? Where's those cool beginning, middle, and end sheets? Where's this and that at? Why is he not wearing some headset? I don't know. Well, I know it is, but I'm just saying that some other folks out there might think that. Like that might be their thought or belief of the work. I mean, I like my work, you know. So, anyway, so let's get into this whole thing, and need be, you might stand with me or you may not stand with me. It has to do. So, you have shorts. You know, you got YouTube shorts. And you would think that anyone can do it. But no, it's only for those who have a wise wireless far speaker with the interweb and can put in their website tool to do it. I thought if you can do uploads and live streams on desks, on board tops and middle tops, why can't you do shorts the same way? Why can't it be that if you want to do shorts on YouTube, just go between upload and go live and go short? Why the fuck is it only got to be where it's only for the wide wireless far speakers? They made it that way. You know? I guess I got to put that on feedback one day and tell YouTube, hey, make it where anyone can do shorts, either from their board top reckoner, middle top reckoner, wireless wide far speaker, whatever. Make it where it goes that way. Yeah, if I put that on feedback, they might read that and go, oh, that might be great. But as of right now, it's just like a handicap. Like, oh well, if you want to do shorts, you have to have a wise wireless far speaker. It has to have it has to have the interweb for you to do the toll, the website toll. Oh, we can't make it where it runs off of the, board, reckoners or middle top reckoners. I wish, like you go to your upload and it goes upload, live, short. It should be like that. You can click between the three of them, and it shouldn't care if you have a wireless far speaker or not. It shouldn't care if you have a board top reckoner, a middle top reckoner or not. Yeah. But as of right now, they gotta make it be like everyone else's shit. But I guess I should be. Anyway. But then again, making shorts or small films is a skill that some folks have. So even if you could do that on your middle top or board top reckoners or computers, you don't understand the word reckoner. Computers a Greek or a Hellenist borrowed word. The English word is reckoner. Yeah, I wish it was like that. I have to feedback them on it. And I know some folks would say, oh, well, it was only made for that. Well, guess what? They made the toll so they can make the toll run off of all three things. They chose to make it that way. If you make it one way, you can make it another way too. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, so you can't do that. Big. So, but at the end of the day, at least still making uploads and lives. At the end of the day, the live films, the long films, are always going to be the most watched things and the things that the most biggest stuff out there. Yeah, shorts might be that cool kid, but at the end of the day, the upload and the live is always going to be the main show. You know. Anyway, and some other folks out there might ask me, "Oh, XENA, what do you think about the new oversights of mateship?" First off, I'm not a YouTube mate, so the new oversights, I don't follow them and I don't uphold them. I don't have any booster rings or showings on my films. I'm not putting anything that, so I don't got to uphold and follow that oversight. So that doesn't mean anything to me. Yep. Well, thank you, Fred. It said XENA, that's good grounds. It says lives are more fun. Yeah, uploads and lives are more fun. They might not be as you know, and you can't. And the thing is, you can't blow them up either. Like if you wanted to blow up a live or a upload or a live, you could make it fit your screen. Shorts, it's too bad. It has to be the small little thing, you know. And then again, it would be a handicap in its own sense, since you could only make a film this long. With an upload or a live stream, as long as you set it to give you endless upload and live streaming time, then you wouldn't have to worry about it. But it has to be a short film. And if you're someone that isn't good at making short films, it ain't going to work out, even if you could go between the three. It said, I don't think mateship oversight means less when you. Well, first off, I'm not a YouTube mate. So the new oversights about about what you can and can't do, and what you make a deal, what you uphold and what you follow. I don't really care. Those oversights are shifting all the time, and since I'll never be a mate, I don't have to worry about them. As far as the boostering and showings go, with that oversight shifting all the time, I'm not putting anything on my films, so I'm not halfway answerable for any of that. And if there are boosterings or showings on any of my films, that's been put there through Google, through YouTube, whatever, not me. So, the only oversights I uphold and follow is a YouTube followership oversight and the YouTube mateship the YouTube boostering. No, the YouTube website oversight and the YouTube followership oversight. That's it, just those two. The other ones, I don't really give a shit about because I'm not in those offshoots to follow them or uphold them. It said, I couldn't hear you swear words if you were a YouTube mate. Oh, I don't really care what a YouTube mate can and cannot do. That's their business. That's their bind. They should know if they become a YouTube mate, then they know they got to follow and uphold all the YouTube mateship oversights, all the YouTube boostering and showing oversights. And they know that Google's always shifting them, so YouTube has to shift them too. So I don't want to keep hearing these folks bitch about the unfairness of this and that. Either uphold the new oversights and follow them, or walk away. No one made you a YouTube mate. You chose to become a YouTube mate. You knew that they were going to shift the oversights all the time. You knew you had to follow them and uphold them. No one made you want to choose as your calling. That was all on you. At least I don't got to worry about all that shit. I don't got to worry about having my YouTube showing oversight and good standing, and YouTube mateship and good standing, and YouTube followership oversight and good standing, and YouTube website oversight and good standing, and have to worry about losing my good standing in one of those things, or worrying about ownership strikes, or worrying about, my income toll being taken down and being halfway answerable for that, Gavrielle Rodemarnier. At least, yeah. I gotta worry about these folks that made businesses, and YouTube is the half offshoot of that. So, oh well, that's their own business. I don't gotta worry about it. Oh yeah, there's a lot of things they can and cannot do. If they want to keep their mateship and they want to keep their boostering and showings, they want to keep that income coming in. By all means, they can do a lot of things, but they still got to uphold all the oversights and follow all the oversights. So at the end of the day, and keep in mind, being a YouTube mate, there's more downside than there is being upside to it. And I know where some folks are going to say, oh, well, you get gouged. Yeah, well, that's true. But folks who go to work full-time and half-time get gouged. And you can say, well, if you're getting gouged and you got some kind of health guild, then there's some kind of upside to working full-time or half-time. But if a YouTube mate, the only upside you get is gouged. And that's it. Everything else is a bind. All the oversights. Yeah, you got to uphold them and follow them, unless you lose your YouTube mateship, or you lose your income. Yeah, you got to be halfway answerable for your income toll, and make seeing all the bookmaking and keep bookkeeping, and make seeing that it's all being taken out the right way, so it's matching up with what the Gavrielle Rodemarnier say. Yeah, there's a more downside of being a YouTube mate than there is being an upside to it. And thank God I don't got to do any of that. It said YouTube mates think they are well known, but that's not what they do it. Well, some YouTube mates are well known for something. Some YouTube mates are well known, and some are not. Some of them are well known only for what they do on YouTube, but beyond that, they're not really well known. And to be well known, there are many offshoots of being well known. Some folks are more well known than others, but to be well known or name known doesn't always mean what it means. And yeah, you know, and yes, there are some folks out there who do, some folks who are well known and some folks that are not. I guess it comes it is. It said, folks, should make films since that's what they want to do, not only for God. Well, yeah, some folks, if they're doing, they should do it because they want to do it and that they have the love for it, not do it only because you're going to get gouged from it. It's like when you're choosing to work full time or half time, whatever it is, you have to have the love for the work, or everything else isn't going to work. It's like if you're working full time and half time, if you don't have some glee and love for it, then getting gouged or getting health guild isn't going to be much for you unless you don't like what you do. Same thing of being a YouTube mate. If these folks that are not happy with the films they're making, then being a YouTube mate isn't going to mean that much to them. So yeah, it goes with that. And some folks might think, oh, well, some folks out there might think, oh, well, you may never ever get the YouTube yearbook. Oh, yeah, YouTube's like they're going to send me a yearbook. Forget that. I'm never going to get enough watch time or followers for that gift. It's not like YouTube is going to send me a big wooden board one day. They either go through USPS, UPS, or FedEx and then say, well, we're going to need your up-to-date mailing, up-to-date shipping thing. Oh, here's this big giant thing that it might fall off the wall. And it's going to say good. It's going to say good for you, XENA, because you got whatever track of followers. Well, guess what? Never going to meet the watch time or the followers to get that gift. And you see how big those fuckers are. Some are so big they can't keep on the wall. So not like I'm ever going to get any of those gifts. What I do get from YouTube is the gift to come on and do uploads and live streams. So I am thankful for that. It says sometimes it's not good to be well known. Well, everyone is well known. Not some folks are more well known than others. But yeah, the more well known you are for what you do, the more folks are going to follow you and want to be around you and onlook you. And if the less well known you are, it's probably good too, because it'd be less in your business. But anyway, it is what it is. So, what else was I going to say here? But I gotta get something to drink. I drink water. And folks, don't let folks. And if you ever heard the term caffeine-free or strength-free, it's not truly strength-free. It means they skimmed some of it out, but there's still some in it. And if you're someone out there that has a hard time getting to sleep or getting back to sleep, that isn't going to help you. See, my daughter Gabrielle's been having hang-ups getting to sleep ever since 2021. Wow. So she's always taking sleep help and taking Darken. And once your sleep side of your brain gets fucked up on its own, well, there's not really much you can do. You know how as you get older, certain things stop working right in your brain? Like some folks might get behavior illnesses, behavior hang-ups, or mind illness, or whatever. Some folks might get fleeter sickness. Well, yeah, has cells. Well, some folks might get it where their brain doesn't make enough Darken or less of it. Oh, she's around. If you want me to bring her in, I will. All right. Time to bring Gabrielle in now. Once your brain no longer can do anything on its own, it needs help. And for the rest of my Oh yeah, Gabrielle. So you talking about how my brain can't make enough darken anymore and it needs help doing that? How I'll be taking sleep help and darken for the rest of my life? Yeah. And some folks say all sleep help is just allergy, whatever the English word for it is stuff. Yeah, about the same. Yeah. How do we offshoot to that? Hello. So, yeah, I was talking about WWE being sold, the ups, why I choose not to be a YouTube mate, why I don't skim my films or anything like that. Oh, yeah, Gabrielle said, as you can see, we are the Toy Biz XENA dolls made in between 98 YL. And you would think that some business would get the rights to make new offshoots of all this big stuff. It's like back in the day, there was Sideshow gatherings. They did the Buffy and Angels. Toy Biz did the Heracles and the Xena stuff, Gabrielle said. They did WCW too, didn't they? Yeah, they did. Um. Anyway, Gabrielle says, it's kind of sad that ours is kind of sad. We keep bringing this up all the time, but what do you think? Gabrielle, you work in WWE again. Yeah. As a writer again, I oversee main event or level up or main show or floor up, and you don't think anything's going to happen. No, to my understanding, Vince McMahon's handling the ownership stuff. Nick Kong's handling the day-to-day runnings of the business, and Hunter Helmsley's overseeing the skill dealings, booking and writing, and websiting and show running and the business. And they told everyone that that's not going to shift. Yeah, I got fired, didn't I? Oh yeah, Xena said. You know what? Xena said, we got kicked. And I was on the board of overseers for about a year and a half, and I got kicked off to make way for him and those other two folks, George Barales and Michelle D. Wilson. Yeah, he just didn't like the way I looked, Gabrielle said. That was his grounds for letting me go. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, Gabrielle will use. Yes, Gabrielle said I did work in WWE starting from 29 between YL to about 2020 YL. First, I handled whatever I don't know what. First, I was working on writing up the stuff that was going on between Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey. Then I was offshooted in overseeing the 24/7 things until one day Vince McMahon's like, you made a Carazala get eaten by a shark? That's unlifelike. I said, yeah, this is the same man who had his wing blow up, and about 2 months later he comes back, he's alive. Then I was over in NXT handling the Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae the Way stuff until I got fired. Then I was brought back by Stephanie McMahon and Nick Kong and Hunter Helmsley and oversee main show stuff and floor up. Oh yeah, you do? Xena said, yeah. My big thing is it's Cedric Alexander and who's he going to beat next who comes from NXT to be on Raw or SmackDown. It said, yeah, I know. When you're I know. And a lot of folks there, let's just be earnest about it. I don't know all their names. I mean, there's some of them. Like, well, some of them, though, yeah. And if you're a writer in WWE, a lot of folks, it's a thankless work. Because when the wrestling's good and the booking and writing's good, oh, those wrestlers are doing a great work. But when it's not doing well, oh, fuck those writers, fuck those bookers. They don't know how to do it right. Yeah. Now, I don't know all of their names because I'm not there every day to know all their names. But the ones I tend to work with the most when I am there is HEARST Helmsley, the head booker and also head showrunner, head of skill dealings. Rob Free, the head writer, the new head writer of WWE, took over for Christina Carrero. And let's not forget about Michael PX, who is the underwriter. Yeah, and many other folks like Jay Russo, some other folks I don't even know. Oh, don't forget about Shawn Michaels. He's on the under four setter of skilled growing crafting. Well, these are the ones I know of. The other folks in it is what it is. Many other folks on the writing team or the booking team or whatever you want to call it. Well, we got the CWF on here now. Gabrielle says, and my staff just fell into my hand. Well, shit, there it goes again. So the only downside is you can't keep it in your hand. Like, I keep it where it doesn't fall off my foot anymore, but now it wants to fall out of my hand. So I can't win with that, can I? No, I guess not. Well, I gotta be going now. Well, Gabrielle says, so what we talked about, first we talked about who was going to be owning, who was going to buy WE, the upside or downsides, why we choose not to be a YouTube mate, why, we don't skim our films, why shorts should be something that everyone on YouTube should do, not just those with the wires, why far speaker. There it goes again. Fuck. Yeah. And then someone who wants everything to be flawless is going to go say, I got to skim that out. I got to skim that out. Well, I guess I got to go now, Gabrielle says. Yeah. See you later. Got to skim it out, Gabrielle. Got to skim it out. And now I got to go clean things out right now. And I might just lose some folks watching this. They're like, oh, is this him talking about cleaning all this shit off his reckoner that he thinks is going to keep his reckoner from having lockups, or what they also call freezes, when your reckoner gets overloaded for whatever ground's sake or why. Then you can go through months with nothing happening, and one day you can have a lighting, one day you can have the light speed or the speeding of the lighting the light running through, everything gets lighted up and it goes and you can't hit all tools forget. That doesn't work anymore. Anytime a lockup of any kind happens, you have to shift it off. Back in the days of all the windows, at least up until about 10, you could do that, or 11. You can't anymore. I mean, it still works for all any other time, but for a lockup or a freeze, it doesn't work. It said, bye, Gabrielle. It said, cool, XENA and Gab. Bye, Gabrielle. It said last XENA and Gab. I see XENA and Gab. I don't know how you skin your films. You don't Don't like to. I don't. The word edit, now that's a Latin borrowed word. The English word would be skim or cut. You know? Sorry for that burp right there, if anybody heard it. It says, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. All right, I got 4 followers. Oh, 5 now. 2 thumbs up. It said, good burp. Yeah. And there's going to be someone out there saying, oh, you shouldn't do that in your films, you know? Yeah. So someone out there is going to guilt me and shame me and scare me for doing that in my film. Let them. I don't really care. You know? So, yeah. All right. So, anyway, I'm going to talk about the TWF. I guess we can talk about that if you want, which has been owned by Costco, but which has been owned by me and my husband Cameron for Costco Wealth Team since 27 Between YL. And a lot of folks over the years have always had this belief about it. You know, it's that as long as you forgive yourself, it's all right. Everyone burps. XENA. Well, Gabrielle, she passes wind, but she stretches them out, and they smell bad. You know. Yeah. So we'll have to see how this goes or not. So, well, it said Gabrielle is a prank. Yeah, Gabrielle likes to play stunts, likes to play larks. She does. My YouTube fairway offshooted from Angry Grandpa, then Psycho Dad or Crazy Dad, Psycho Mama, Crazy Dad, Lunatic Dad or Mad Dad, Angry Dad, Mad Dad, and Angry Grandma. Yeah, it offshooted from all of that. You know? And a lot of folks out there like to say, oh, well, Xena, you should run your wrestling business the way that Shao Kahn and Anthony Kong run, or the way that Leonardo Asper, or Billy Corgan, or Al Snow, or Count Horner, or, you know, Robert Black do, or Snaggy Tula, or Violent J, or, you know, David Crockett, or Comrade Thompson, or Carlos Colon Elder, or Carlos Colon Younger. Oh, don't run it the way Vince McMahon and Nick Kong and Hunter Helmsley run it, as if everybody else has the edge or something. Everybody has their own way of doing it. And mostly these days, yeah, Vince McMahon just handles the leadership, the ownership ends of WWE, which I guess is mostly just get in there, get the streaming and broadcast rights down, get the ownership shifted around, and then fuck them out again. Nick Kong handles, as the head leadership fellow of WWE, handles the day-to-day runnings of WWE. And Hunter Helmsley, he oversees the booking, writing, skill dealings, websiting, and show running end of WWE. So, yeah. There's a big unlikeness between that. And some folks might say, well, if Vince McMahon's rank is the leadership seatman fellow, yeah, that's true. And Nick Kong's rank is the head leadership fellow of WWE. Yeah, that might be true. Then Hunter Helmsley's rank would be, well, this is how I would say it would be head skill dealer, head showrunner, head booker, head web overseer of WWE, which is just call them content or you call it work. Head work fellow of WWE, because they handle all the workloads, overseeing skill dealings and booking and writing and show running. And most of them are answerable to the head leadership fellow, which in this sense would be who just fought would be Nick Khan, who in return is answerable to the Board of Overseers, and Vince McMahon, who is the leadership seatman fellow. If WWE should be put up for sale, they would all be answerable to new folks. Everyone would be answerable and working for new folks. A new standard will be set. And if anybody couldn't do their work right, well, those folks would be gone and new folks would be brought in. And it wouldn't care how that went. Just that Vince McMahon's hoping to get the Dixie Carter deal. When Dixie Carter sold IW over to Leonardo Asper and Interim Sports Entertainment, or Song Sports and Glee, in 27 Between YL, she hasn't really done anything with her half ownership in years. So he's hoping to get some kind of hang-on deal. Well, keep in mind, once you sell your business, you no longer have the same amount of ownership you once had. So you can be smoothly bought out or smoothly fired, or anyone leadership fired too if it doesn't work out. So there's upsides and downsides. It said, "Had Xena, you ever seen Liv fight?" Oh, you talking about what? The film games, the games? You talking about the films, the film games? I have seen the films. I have played the games back in the day. I guess they're all right. You know? And no, you're thinking I should be a self on there. No, it never came up. And they're like, "Oh well, Xena, if you were a self on the game, what would be your death blow be?" Oh, giving everyone a squeeze. That would be it. But I'm not on the game, so it is what it is. Oh, Gabrielle plays film games. Jordan plays film games more than I do. The ones I played were the games that were made for my show. The ones on the Sony PlayStation or Sony PlayStation, the one Nintendo 64 or whatever, Heaven 64, the ones on the Game Boy, that was it. Well, it looks like that's all the time I gotta have here. I guess I could get more folks and have them in here, though. Oh, wait, I guess I could before I leave, before I'm done. Everyone wonders how that shit goes. Hey, you busy? No, I'm not, Xena. You're not busy handling TWF business in the behalf of Cameron and me. No, Xena, I'm not. Well, which way will I be looking? This way or that way? What do you want? Oh, I just wanted you to come on and say hi to everyone. Oh, hi everyone. You know me. I'm Paul Quebec. I'm Hunter Hearst Helmsley. I'm the head running fellow of WWE, head of skill dealings, booking and writing, website, and show running. I'm also the leadership under force setter to TWF. Oh, yeah, Xena says. Good to know. And how's everything? Well, Xena, I just want to say that thank you for going to see Stephanie when she was in the healing house with her leg and everything. That was kind of you and Cameron doing that. You're welcome. And look, I'm sorry you lost your stead on the board. It's all right. Hey, well, I want to say thank you to Stephanie and you for both being on our board of overseers at the TWF. I mean, the Cusco Elf team. And you're doing a good work as the leadership under force there to TWF. I am? Yes. Only you do gotta have more oversight with Godzilla these days when it comes to the booking and writing. Oh, yeah, he just handles the writing. Yeah, I'll do that. It said, yeah. Oh, I gotta be going now, Xena. All right. Well, it's all right. Yep. Yeah, I do have her. I got 2 offshoots. I'll show you the one I did. Yeah. Hey, you want to come in now? Yeah. I got my walking boot on. Uh, well, you're doing all right. Yeah, I just got my ankle worked on. Hey, Xena, thank you for the sheet. You're welcome. And thank you for letting me be on the board for about a year and a half. You're welcome. And thank you for being on Cuska Wealth's team board of overseers. You're welcome too. Well, it is what it is, you know. So hi everyone. I'm doing all right. Well, you know, they never did make her toy, did they? They never did make my mother's toy, Linda, did they? No, they did not. Well, I gotta be going now. You want me to help you out? No, I got it. I got an ankle brace on, so I should let me get in and out. Well, anyway, it is what it is. All right, Xena said, time to end this YouTube live stream. I want to thank everyone who came on. Well, yeah, I do. I got a lot of dolls. Everyone who came on, those who gave the thumbs up, those who wrote stuff in the shout out box, those who choose to follow me through the YouTube live stream or whatever they choose to do is their own business. So I'll see you all later. Have a good one. Goodbye.